The ongoing conflict in Ukraine between Ukrainian forces and Russian-backed separatists has been raging for years, but the situation took a drastic turn in January of 2023. Russian forces captured the town of Soledar, located just 20 kilometers north of the Ukrainian city of Bakhmut. This set the stage for a continued offensive by Russian forces in the region, which has resulted in intense fighting and significant casualties on both sides. Despite the loss of Soledar, Ukrainian forces continued to hold out in Bakhmut with the help of international support and supplies. However, Russian forces began to slowly encroach on the city, making incremental gains in the towns north of the city. By February, the situation had become dire, with Russian forces solidifying their gains and pressuring Ukrainian troops on the northern front. The intensity of the conflict only increased from there, with Russian forces targeting the main supply routes into Bakhmut and making further advances in the surrounding towns. The situation was so dire that Ukrainian soldiers were forced to destroy two key bridges in order to create the possibility of a controlled fighting withdrawal. Despite these efforts, the situation continued to deteriorate, with Russian forces encircling Bakhmut from the east, south, and north. By early March, Ukrainian forces were forced to partially withdraw from the city, retreating up to the Bakhmutka River. The Wagner Group, a Russian private military company, claimed to have captured eastern Bakhmut in the aftermath of the withdrawal. The conflict has continued to rage on, with both sides claiming significant gains and losses in the ongoing battle for control of the city. As of mid-April, Russian forces have taken control of the city center, with Ukrainian forces still holding out in some areas. The conflict in Ukraine has been ongoing for years, but the recent offensive by Russian forces has taken the situation to a new level. The loss of Soledar and the encirclement of Bakhmut have left Ukrainian forces in a precarious position, with the situation continuing to escalate. The international community has been closely watching the situation, with many calling for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. However, with both sides continuing to dig in their heels and fight for control, the situation remains tense and unpredictable.